Well, Francisco Ramos.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Finally, we made it because I know we'd scheduled one, but then I couldn't do it because I had like a.
Because you're a diva, is what it is.
Yes, I actually did. I was like, dude, this is not working with my schedule. So
yeah, I know.
Talk to my assistant, which is me. No.
Yeah. For those of you who weren't here 5 seconds ago, we were rolling Francisco's shirt, getting the cat hair off. So.
Which was your idea because you saw him and you're like, wow, did you sleep on a cow or not on a cow, on a cat?
Yeah.
Because I do have a cat, so like.
I'm actually allergic to cats, so I figured it would help us too.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, like okay.
So it's like a medical and a aesthetic reason for it all.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. But you just came off of a small tour.
I mean, it's funny because when people say that, like, I mean, I'm just saying I'm the road. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's not like because
it's interchangeable in a way.
I guess tour for me, like in my mind, tour for me is like when it's like a not like
theaters and
yeah.
Like you have a T-shirt that says all the
dates.
Yes,
that stuff, or like, and you're like there on the road like for like a month or 2 months. You know, like me, I do spots and I come back and then I do another one and then I come back. So that's why I say more like on the road kind of.
Because you're modest.
Yeah, I am. I grew up in that thing of like, I guess with my mom and my, how she's very like not at all like, don't make a scene. Yeah. Don't do anything.
Don't stand out.
Be polite. Yeah. Thank God. All that stuff. So like, yeah, every time I always feel weird getting compliments. Yeah. Or like
you're so funny.
Yeah, or like, yeah, I did this and that, and I'm like, I never like to, show off. I always feel like I'm showing off or something, which is one of the hardest thing of doing. When I started doing stand up and all this stuff, because you do need confidence. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's so weird to be like, yeah, I gotta have confidence in myself, but I also don't wanna feel like I'm always showing off, or like I'm showing off, or like I'm the best, or like I think that I'm better than everybody else, and it's weird,
Yeah, well, we're always like, it's gross. We're always having to like post about ourselves.
Yes,
it's so weird.
It's crazy because
I don't like it.
I don't either. I mean, it's funny because I always go like, man, if I would have done.
To be clear, I do it, but I don't like it.
No, yes, we have to. I mean, it's kind of like part of the business. You have to because nobody else is doing it. Like, unless you're like huge, and I'm talking about like huge, you got to do it yourself. You know? Or you buy somebody, or you have an assistant that does it for you, or whatever. But
the
dream would be that, But yeah, no, I mean, because I always say like, if I started doing stand up when, like in the 80s or 90s, like that's kind of like what I always like to do in terms of like, I just do comedy and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have to deal with the business side of it, which is
or the promotion,
because. I'm not that. I'm never being. I think you are born with like that salesman mentality.
Yeah.
And I never been that guy. I like to make people laugh. I like to be the center of attention when I'm performing. But after that, no, I don't do. I don't like. You know what's the hardest thing for me doing stand up or when I'm on the road is the merch thing. I hate it.
Do you do it?
I have to. But
What does your T-shirt say?
So I actually have beanies. I do a beanie that says "rela." It's like relax, but how my dad wouldn't pronounce the X, so it'd be like "rela." Francisco, rela. So, but that's what I sell.
That's good.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, because I also like it because I don't have to like deal with like shirt sizes and everything, and bring another carry-on for like shirts.
Right? It's one size.
It's one size. Yeah, it's unisex or whatever gender you want. So it's like it doesn't. So for me, I like it. So I want to get to a point where I'm selling shirts, but like I don't want to do it.
Then you need a guy. You need your opener.
You need somebody to do that. But like
a beanie in Canada. I'm Canadian. Is a toque, by the way.
Oh, what is it called?
A toque.
A toque.
Toque.
I didn't know that.
And when I was living in New York, I was like, "Oh, nice toque," to a friend of mine. He's like, "What's the toque?" I'm like, "A toque is." It's like the thing you're wearing, the fuzzy hat. I'm like, what do you call it? He's like, a hat? I was like, all right, well, come on. We have a word for it.
But
Relax.
This is not a toque.
Rela.
Is this toque?
If I could have worked that in, that would have been perfect.
That would have been great, yeah. We worked it in. Wow.
Yeah. After the fact.
But is this a toque or is this a hat?
No, that's a hat. Okay, that's the baseball hat.
A baseball hat, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it is a baseball hat. There's other hats. There's the one that like the Frank Sinatra hat. I don't know.
What's that? Oh, like the...
like the 1920s, like, hey, like.
Yeah, is it a fedora?
It is kind of like a fedora, but it's not. Because I guess to me, fedora is more like either they're like
Justin Timberlake or
yeah, like you're not wearing it, just like it's made out of different material too. Like it's not like because I think those Frank Sinatra hats, like those were more dressy because we always wear suits and stuff. Yeah,
like you used to have to wear a hat. Like you go out, you wear a hat. Then you get to the place, and you take off the hat. Yeah, of course. You check that there was like a hat check.
Yes.
Like that would be. I would love to live like that.
That's what I mean.
Take off the hat, and you get a little receipt for your hat. And you go in the place.
Yeah.
And you come back.
Somebody comes, you gotta take off the hat. Like especially like it was like a lady or something. Like
or you go inside.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You're in a store, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, because you come in.
In a hat store, do you take off the hat? I guess so, because they want to sell you a new hat.
Of course. Yeah. You don't come in. Yeah, I guess you come in with a hat, but you got to take it off too, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But like a lot of, it's like, it gives us stuff to do. Like instead of tweeting, we would be worrying about hat stuff.
Of course. That was the thing. Like
that took up our time.
Because also like that was before, I guess before, even with ties too, like when you're going to go out. Like what tie do I wear? Or what hat do I wear? Now it's like, you don't do that. You know, now it's like what post I'm going to post.
Yeah,
you know, like what? How am I gonna? I'm going there. Which is just going back to I went to Italy and like just going back to that. That's one thing that I actually made the point of like I'm not gonna do anything that to promote myself while I'm here. I'm gonna take it as a vacation. Like if I actually just posted basically like architecture stuff or like places where we were, which because it looks so amazing, but like that's it. But like I didn't want to be like
right.
You know.
But the thing about it, what's so weird is like a picture of your breakfast and a picture of you in Italy is still promoting yourself.
It's actually, you know what's funny? So I got engaged in Italy.
Congratulations!
And like, thank you. And then the most liked picture in my Instagram history, of course, was that one. You know, like all the other stuff. You know,
use the hashtag. She said yes. Is that why?
No. She said maybe. No, no. I mean, I just posted like, you know, and like, but it was crazy. Like that's going back to promotion. Like people, you know, they want also to feel like you're a human being.
Yeah.
You know, that you have a life, that you're not just posting just like I'm here this weekend, you know.
Show flyer, me on stage. Show flyer, me on stage.
Yeah, I think you gotta. It's funny, and I feel like you, and I do like that. I'm a private person. I don't like to share. Again, going back to being modest, I don't like to share, especially what I'm doing. But I think it's cool also if you're in the entertainment business to also show some side of like that you're a human being. Yeah, that you're not just a robot. You know,
they want to know about you. They want to know about the person.
Of course, yeah.
I feel like if I got to the point, that's all I would do. I would stop promoting shows and stuff, unless it was like a big thing, and I would only just share things I liked.
Oh, yeah.
And I would use it, because that was the intent of it.
Of course. To share good information and to share.
With your friends.
Of course,
like,
yes.
Hey, like I'm more interested in your Italy photos.
Of course, than like, hey, I'm going, like, like you're going up, I'm going up like at the store or something.
Yeah. And it's like, that would be cool to get back there again.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be my dream too, to just get back to where like, first of all, I'm not posting shit. Like I'm the one person, the assistant or whatever tell me, hey, we're going to post this, and I give the okay. Yeah. And also I want to go like what Leo DiCaprio does was like, first his last post is like 2015.
Does he even have one?
I mean, maybe. I mean, I think for Twitter, like all he posts is about the earth and climate change and stuff. Like that. That to me, that's completely like to like the main, because you're not even posting.
That's old school. Like old school Hollywood. It's like you can't get to me.
Of course, that's what I mean. That's like to me, that's great.
It's
like,
amazing. Yeah.
I'm always like, I looked up to like or like Jeter or something like Derek Jeter, where it was all just baseball. And the guy could have, I mean, he went out with like, you know, with all these girls and ladies before he got married, and like he could have, like, he just kept that very private and everything. Right. Like, I like that. I mean, I like the, I just, you know, or like Meryl Streep, you know, she doesn't even post it. Yeah.
I like this, like the subtle thing I like better. It's always been my, I have done more than I would like to do because I think it's going to help me.
Yes.
But my ideal thing is to either be off it completely or just be like, take a step back.
Me too.
Post about things I like cars and music and
just little things. And then obviously, you're gonna have to post some promotional stuff that you sign a contract for. That you
like
have
big stuff, like I have a book, or like I have a movie, or like like
that's what I mean. Like not just like
I'm at the bar on Wednesday. By the way, come tonight to Cantor's Deli for the new Comedy Bunker.
Nice. That's a good little slide in.
And for Francisco Ramos' show tomorrow.
Thank you. Tomorrow? No, I'm actually, I don't know when this has come out.
It should come out today.
Okay, so I'm actually this weekend in San Diego Escondido area, so headlining there. So, yeah, come by.
You're not at the Silver Lake Lounge tomorrow?
I am at the Silver Lake Lounge tomorrow. Okay. So we're doing a show tomorrow. It's actually it's a show that we, my buddy Fabrizio Copano, we were doing at the
He's
Improv.
great.
Yeah. So it's a translate show where we just like take Latin American culture and we tell people that don't know about it or don't know Spanish to help us translate. And obviously it's like they have to make stuff up and it's fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're actually doing it tomorrow at 7 p.m. too. So
that's great. Do people ever confuse you guys?
No, but I do get confused by other by other comics. Like I think we're kind of like, I don't think we're that similar in terms of like.
And I don't think you are, but like I get lumped in with like 5 other comics.
Yeah.
I don't think we look alike.
Which can I guess one?
Yeah.
Fahim?
Yep.
Yeah. Who else? I don't know.
I mean, that's like the number one.
Yeah, I get Eric Rivera.
Eric Rivera. Oh yeah. I could see that.
See it? Yeah.
I could see why. I don't think you look similar.
Yeah, me neither. I don't look, and I don't think you look similar like Fahim, but I get it. You know what I mean? I see why.
That's a lot of it. It's like, okay, I get it. Yeah.
Yes, I don't. I mean, and it's fine. What else? What are you gonna do?
Yeah. It's just part of it. My friend and I thought about doing a show of like only book people who look like each other.
That's funny.
But then some people might get mad.
Doing their material.
Well, that'd be funny.
Because I actually I'd love to do a show like that where like we go and we're talking about like bits, like for example like stuff that I don't do anymore, like the beaches joke that I used to do.
Okay.
Like you have to do that,
Yeah.
And you have to just do and like just do the bits.
And then halfway through you're like, no, get off. Give me
the.
You grab the mic and you finish it, and everyone's like, what's this guy's problem?
But it'd be cool to do it, I think, and then you show maybe a clip of that bit.
Yeah.
Like and then kind of the audience compares. Is like, was it the same or was it?
That'd be fun.
I think it'd be fun to like, because it'd be fun, and then it depends on the stand up or the guest to see how much they want to take it, because like you can come on me, you're gonna do my accent as well, or you're gonna be dressed like me, or,
right?
So it'd be fun. Like I will, like for example, like I like. Sometimes I have a little imitation of Theo Von, for example. Like I will do one of his sets, like as Theo Von, the way he talks, and like that'd be funny. You know what I mean? I think that'd be funny.
Yeah, a little mullet, do the whole thing.
Yeah, look, the whole thing. Hey, what's up? Gang.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. I think
that would be great. Let's do it. I'll help you if you want.
Dude, let's do it. I'm down to do it. We'll host it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's fun, and again, it's just taking. We could just ask anybody, and it doesn't have to be crazy. It's just one bit.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 bits if they want to go into, and ask the client, the comic, and like, hey, just tell us which bit you want us to. That's out there, whatever that you don't do anymore.
Yeah. Then you roll film on the clip.
On the thing, yeah. Because it'd be fun to like, like you go up, you do my bit, and then we show it on camera. And then people, they're gonna see like, oh wow, because
some sort of voting or something.
Yeah. Somebody that wins something or whatever. Like. Stupid like price or whatever. That's not.
All right, really. This is a real Hollywood meeting now. We have a project.
I tell you. No, I always wanted to do that. I had that idea years ago. I had it. I was like, and I think it would work very well.
Yeah.
Because you get like good comics doing that, and we all make fun of each other. We all imitate each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's kind of like roast battle, but not as directly offensive.
Yes. Yeah, because you're just doing their bit. But it'd be fun if like, again, if somebody's doing me, I want them to try to do it with the accent, obviously. Like don't just do it, like that, or like, and then
don't just talk about apples. Give me the
thing. It's also too because
your accent would be hard to do.
Yeah, no, I get. Jeff Richards.
No.
He's at the store. He was in SNL. He does a lot of imitations.
Impressions. Yeah.
He does me, and like it's so funny because I always go like, it's funny as a character, but like that's not me, because he talks like he's like, my mouth is too big with my tongue is too big. He talks like I'm like I got problems or something, but but it's hilarious. So like I would love to like somebody, but I still haven't found someone that I go like, okay, that sounds
maybe
like
you'll
me.
find that person.
That'll be great to find.
Yeah, you can tour. They can do it. I'm tired. Do my spot on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Here's the new stuff.
Just do or I just go up and just lip sync.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're doing, they're in the back going, and I'm like,
I mean, at some point they're gonna try a comedy robot who does.
of course they will. I mean, I think eventually we'll eventually.
I'll go. I want to go see it. I want to see
You want to
how
see the robot?
I want to see a robot do comedy. I want to see like, all right, let's see what the robot has.
What happens if he starts getting heckled? Like, does he just start shooting people like RoboCop?
Oh yeah, he
You know what I
goes
mean?
like,
Like, he
what's
goes
the movie
nuts.
with Will Smith where they start
iRobot.
iRobot? And speaking of Will Smith, I think actually like he's a celebrity, like a huge celebrity who does Instagram very well. I think.
Yes. Which I thought he was gonna come out. By the way, when you said that.
And here he is. I mean, if I knew Will Smith like that and he just comes to my garage, one day.
Why not?
One day I'm gonna get a Will Smith level.
Why not? It'd be like, hey, oh, what's up, Will? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, yes, he's definitely one.
Yeah.
That does it really well. Another one that I follow and I really like too, how he does it very well, is The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. Just like huge meals.
Yeah. Yes. No, but I mean, yeah, that's fun. But I love because he promotes but he does it in a way where it doesn't feel like he's showing off or that like it's like he's letting you be part of the.
It feels like you're really friends with him.
Yes, like you're part of the dream of the journey.
It's inspirational.
Inspirational is always positive. Like he does feel like, look, well, I can't believe I'm doing. I mean, when I grew up in Hawaii, now look at this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel like he's like, like showing or like it's like he's forced to do it.
It's not braggadocious. Yeah.
I mean,
he does do it well. You're right.
yeah. So like, I is the one that I follow.
I unfollowed him, but I'm gonna refollow him now.
It's just positive too. I don't like stuff when you could tell people are just showing off. You could tell, or like they're not direct. Like if you're gonna post something for like if you want to show, hey, I bought a new car. Hey, guys, I'm proud. I bought a new car. Here's my car.
Yeah.
I'm, all this money that I made from stand-up, I finally bought a new car or a new house. But don't post some bullshit quote that has nothing, that you just want to do, just want to show the car.
Oh, it's like the quote on top of the car?
Yeah. Or like in the captions, you know what I mean? Like it's like stuff that has not that
Hashtag new car.
Yeah, like you're just doing this for the car or like.
Yeah.
Don't just be real. That's my point. I think it's like. And I think that's one of the cool things that The Rock does. I feel he's still real, even though with that huge success he's had.
Yeah. And that's why people gravitate towards him and Will Smith, because everyone can tell. Like you can't really fake it.
No.
It's like people know who's being authentic and genuine, and that just succeeds more.
Yes.
I think the snarky stuff works to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Some people like that as well, but the biggest people seem to be the most genuine.
Yes. Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. No, that's what I feel like. And that's what I gravitate to because I cannot be fake. You know what I mean? It's just, that's one of the things I go sometimes like, man,
You're like Holden, you can't be a phony.
Would I be faster? I don't know if you asked, would I have more stuff going on if I was more fake? Yeah. You know what I mean? And I just can't. I just cannot. Like for me, I can't be friends with somebody just because they're gonna get me
you something.
this.
Yeah,
I just can't. No. Like if it works out, great. I mean, I'm gonna be cordial with somebody. I'm not gonna be an asshole, but but to be really hang out and like, oh, we're friends or come, let's do this, let's go. Man.
That only gets you so far because then you're just known as the guy who does that.
Yes.
Yes, for sure. So it's like it might. A lot of things you can get ahead in the short term, but they cap out in the long term.
That's true.
And
I see that too because, when always you think of somebody that's doing something, you go like, why is this person doing this? And then you go like, and then other people think the same way, and you're like, oh wow, it wasn't just me. Because sometimes that would happen with me where I'm like, and I tell myself going like, stop being like negative, stop being hating, stop being whatever, criticizing. But then you meet other people, you're like, oh yeah, they all think the same. Right. So I'm not the crazy one.
Right. Like, is it just me? Or like, no, it's the consensus. Yes. You're like, okay, cool.
So it's good in a way, but it's what you were saying before. People can tell when you're being fake or when you're just being nice.
Social climbing or using this person to get that, which is a lot of lot of things.
Yeah, and I'm not that, never been that guy. Like I said, I'm not like a car salesman. I don't have that personality, man.
Yeah,
I just can't go up. I'm like, what's up? Yeah, you know, nah, man.
Sell the Nova, get it off the lot. Let's go.
Yeah, just say whatever. Just to get it out. Nah, which
I think that whole car salesman thing's going away. Like, I think people are buying the cars online now, and it's like
that's true.
You can all find out the price. Like the whole, oh my god, if I had to go back to like having a guy go into the glass room and come back with, I would never do that again.
Yeah. Oh, because you did it, right?
Yeah, the last 2 cars I did was online.
Right. Online, just online.
And it's like, I'm like, oh, I'm never doing that again.
Well, yeah, that's why people, I think, also now gravitate more to buying online. Like I do a lot of my shopping online because you don't want to deal with the person trying to sell you. You know, like you just want to, like, I like somebody that's helpful. You know, like that's like. Okay, like I used to work in one of my first jobs was retail. You know,
same.
Oh yeah, I used to work at this, which is funny. It was at first I grew up in Bethesda, Maryland, and and there was this little store called South.
Oh yeah, I hear the accent. Yeah,
yes, of course you can hear the Baltimore accent.
Balmer, right? Huh?
But I grew up. There was this store called South Moon Under, which was basically all like it was like they would sell all their clothes that were like free people stuff like that, but like. They would have like it was basically an all girls store, and they had like a little section for guys. Yeah. So I was the only guy working there, and so yeah, most of the times I would just like just be folding clothes and stuff like that. But one thing I always, whenever time somebody would come, I'd be like, if you have any questions, let me know. That's it. Like I wouldn't go into like, hey, buy this or buy that. I just, even when I do my merch thing for stand up, I say that hey guys, I'm selling stuff. I do a little joke, but then I go like, but you don't have to buy anything. If you want to come by, say hi, please do. Just do that.
Right. That's the soft sell.
I do. I mean, because I'd never watching that. Especially when I started doing stand up, I saw sometimes people like their main thing looked like they just wanted to sell merch. Yeah. Like it's like
it can double your road income, right?
True, and I get that.
Yeah.
But then to me, again, it's like. For me, I'm like, I want to get to another level. I want to get to the level where I'm not even dealing with merch.
Right. You're trying to coast through that phase and not like stay there.
Yes. Just like, because my thing is like, I want to get better. So, because if you get, good enough, you're not selling your marriage. Like you're not even dealing with that. You have,
or you just don't even care.
Or you don't even care. Like, I know, like I said, if you probably are selling because it is a good money, but like you're not even, it's that somebody else is taking care of that. It's that department. Right. Like you just go up and do your stuff and that's it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
it is kind of that like, we have nostalgia for just being the artist.
Yes.
And not the full business and not the marketing department it's not gonna, I don't think it's ever gonna go back to the way it was, but there's a nostalgia for it.
I like it. Like I said, I would have like been like in the 80s or the 90s where like I just get woken up. I'm like, hey, come on, you gotta go perform. And you just go do it. And then you go back to sleeping or partying, whatever.
Yeah. And at the highest levels, it still exists, but it used to exist at all levels.
At all levels. In the beginning, especially. Where, like, it was somebody, the manager would be like, I'm going to make you big and sunny,
Right.
And they would go in that journey. And they would, like now it's like, no, which like I said, it's a nostalgia about it, but I don't think but it's also good because now you have more of you don't have to, because of now technology, you can just go directly to the consumer.
Yeah. There's pros and cons.
Yeah. So there's good things about it because, I don't have to wait. And for example, me, I've gotten booked a lot of stuff just from myself. Right. Like people contact me directly, and they're like, hey, and then I just send it to my manager, my agent, but like, they saw me here or they do this, so it is cool.
Yeah. There's less people coming up and like helping you. Like I'm going to do like kind of what you said, like let's go.
Yeah.
But there's no people stopping you.
True.
There's no one like this one gatekeeper says no. Okay. I'll be over here.
Yes.
This one says no. You just be over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it myself.
And there's no gatekeeper because like you could become so big that eventually they're going to have to work with you because you're so big.
Exactly.
And that's a great thing that if you can control that market, it's great.
Yeah, because it doesn't all. A lot of it is reliant on yourself anyway.
Yes.
So even if you have the manager, have the agent, it still requires you to figure it out.
Yeah. No. I mean, I always say people like because people always ask me like, especially people that are not in the business. They're like, so you have an agent, you have a man. It's like, yeah, I have an agent. I have 2 agents. Well, I have an agent for the public appearances. I have a theatrical agent. I have a commercial agent. I have a college agent.
Yeah.
And I have a manager, and I have a attorney.
Right.
I mean, all these people, like, you know, but at the end of the day, I still gotta do everything.
Yeah.
You know, like, it doesn't.
But in the
but they help.
mind,
they really help. But like, but it's like, sometimes if I get an email, I have to like literally. There's this person asking me right now, like, do you do private gigs? I'm like, yeah. It's like,
yeah.
Here's the email to my manager. You know, you
like, how private?
Do you do a 2-person private party? You know, it's like, can I just watch?
Right.
It's like, well, yeah, everybody just watches because I'm just doing stand up.
Call my Just Watch agent.
That's like my OnlyFans agent. That's right.
Right.
But
well, because I think people think who haven't achieved those first steps of getting the manager and agent, that once you have them, you're just on the phone being like, no, yes, no, yes, maybe. And it's like, no, you're still.
Or they also think like the Brad Pitts are the ones who only have all those things.
They probably do that.
Yeah, which they probably do.
Yeah.
They're not dealing with anything.
Oh, yeah, they're at the top of the
biz. You're getting the things, and you just say yes or no.
Yeah,
literally, you're getting the offers, and
I watched an interview with Brad Pitt actually recently, and he was talking about how he doesn't take the next movie until
he finished
the current one, because sometimes like things change and what you wanted to do changes, or a new opportunity comes around and you're already booked.
Right.
I was like, we're talking about like levels, like ultimate. That's the ultimate.
Of course, because like, you know, you're gonna get another, like, for like in my, like, for me or for you, maybe, like, it's like, if I'm in a movie and I get it, and I'm in the first week and I get another offer to do another one, most likely I'll do it, because I don't know if I'm gonna have another opportunity.
Yeah.
Of course, but for him, it's like, yes,
right.
People are gonna wait for Brad Pitt.
Even with shows, sometimes I'm like, if I look at the calendar and I just say yes, and then when the show comes, I'm like, what is this again? And then I'm like, oh, okay, Anaheim, all right, cool.
And sometimes I do that. If I'm booked or something, because I always like to respect the people that put shows, whatever. It doesn't matter what type of show is or what size of the show is or whatever. But like, so if I do have something, I always like to tell people, like, at least give them a heads up. I'm like, hey, I might get canceled, you know, or I might have to cancel you because if I get another, like, more better pay and opportunity, I'm gonna have to take it. So I was like,
that's good transparency.
I like that because just so they don't feel like, because I never like being like 1 hour before the show, I'll be like, sorry, I can't make it. Like, that to me, that's so messed up. Like, even if it's a bar gig, like that, like, you're right there, like, just, you know. So I
don't feel bad. Think about, like, there's like 5 comics at least at the show waiting for that to happen.
No, but I don't feel. I mean, to my thing is like, that's why I like to give as much as heads up, so they know, so they can make other changes instead of like. To me, that's very a diva move. I'm like, you know, like 1 hour before the show starts, I'm like, oh, sorry, I can't make it. Like, hey, come on, bro, like.
Yeah, you probably knew.
Yeah, of course.
You knew a few hours ago. You didn't. I mean,
like an hour thing is an emergency. Yeah, it's literally an emergency.
But sometimes like a lot of shows in this town, LA, start at the same time. Like you'll have 2 shows at 8.
But I do say that. For that, I always go like to say if I'm doing your show, and like, hey, and I think I did it for one. I was like, can I go first? Because I have another spot, and then stuff like that. And I do it, and again, I'm doing it because for a reason, not just because. I want to go to this. I want to get the spot that I want. Like, to me, that's ridiculous. It's kind of.
Oh yeah, that's like when you're like, "Can I go first?" But then you just hang out.
But then you just hang out. Like, I thought you had needed to leave. It's like, right. Sorry, no.
Yeah,
so
that's
like,
annoying.
Because I'm like, either go up whenever you need to go, or
chill,
Yeah, you know. Again, and also earn that thing. Like, when you get to a Brad Pitt level, yes, you're gonna ask him, when do you want to go? Like, do you want to go first? Do you want to go last? Do you want to go here? How long? You'll do, because obviously he earned that, But you cannot like.
I think Brad Pitt's gonna start doing comedy after this conversation.
Imagine he's listening to the podcast right now.
Yeah, he's gonna go check you out at the store.
He's going like, he's after he finishes his last movie. He's like, now I'm gonna start.
Now what are we doing? Oh, okay, cool.
So stand up a little bit.
Let's do it.
Like John Mayer.
Right. But your thing is like everyone has their comedy and other thing, and yours seems to be acting. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, man. Well, it's like, I love acting. I mean, that's definitely one thing that I want to do more. It is not I've gotten some parts here and there, but yeah, I would love to be, like more in, you know, like.
I mean, you've gotten some great parts. I see, like on Shameless, Lady Dynamite.
Yeah, no, and you know, but they're, I mean,
Felix,
they're great. They're great.
Gentrified.
Yes, so I've gotten parts, you know, but obviously, like, yeah, I want to be a regular or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to have a bigger part, and you know.
Yeah, your own show.
I mean, not even that. I would love to be. I always say my thing is like, I don't mind being this like one scene or one thing on like a great project.
Yeah.
You know, I prefer to do that.
Like a number 2 guy.
Dude.
You're consigliere.
I love
Yeah.
it. From the God, but that's the thing. But then you're the Godfather in the Godfather. Like I prefer to be, instead of being like the number 1 guy in some movie that nobody saw or some project that never saw. No. So like for me, I don't mind that. But yeah, I would like to have more of like, I guess, not even because I don't mind the small parts, but I would love to do more small parts. Because the ones that I've gotten, you know, I got one and then, you know, it takes like a year to get another one. And I would love to be, you know, like how I do stand-up, where I, you know, it's a regular thing. You know, I would love to be that because I do love acting. I like acting. But I also learned, I did this short too that I co-wrote and directed, and that's the thing too that I, you know, eventually would love to do, like kind of like directing. I do like directing. I think that's
on my list too.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to be able to, you know, to get to just be like especially to bring out the talent, like what they do. Like because obviously like the shorts that I do, I'm booking people that I know.
Yeah.
So I'm booking them because I know what they can do. So then put them in that situation and give them the best, because I know you're gonna shine on doing this part.
Right. It's like you have a vision and you're like making a cake. You're like, you'd be good to do this. Yeah.
Yes.
And putting all the context you've collected over the years together.
To me, I love that. That's so much fun. And then because also it's not even. People also behind the camera, like people that I'm like, this guy's great with the camera, you know, let me put him as a DP or something like that, or like so yeah, I think that's fun just to unite all this talent that we know, and we know so many talented people, and also to give them at the end of the day some kind of success or to get an opportunity out of that, you know, that'd be great too, you know.
Yeah, it's fun giving people opportunities. Like I love booking people on the shows I run because of that. It's fun to be like, oh yeah, you would be great.
Yeah. I think, I mean, to me, I love that. To me, that'd be the one of my goals always. I say people like to get to the point where I can, you know, help people to put them, you know, be a producer or something to give people an opportunity that they don't have, you know, or like an idea that they have that is pretty cool. I'm like, I can push it forward, you know, and like, I love to do that. To me, that's the best. To me, that's the ultimate goal. Because that means you did your thing, you got to a certain level where your name matters, and now you're helping other people forward, and you know, so
because it's a cycle, you got to give back, and
to me that's the point. I just don't understand the whole, like, you know, people that don't want to help other people. You know, I just don't because to me, like, you got to look at it this way. First of all, it's great to help people no matter what. I don't think it's like you should never help somebody to see what they're gonna do for you.
Right.
It's like. I learned this a while back. One time when I needed to move to LA. I was this guy who was here, the only guy that I knew. He was like, "Hi." I was like, asking all these questions, stuff like that. And then remember, he wrote me. It's like, "Look, I'll help you if it doesn't bother me." And that really, it was like a stab to the heart.
He's saying what everyone thinks.
What everyone thinks, and like, but it was such a stab to the, and oh wow. Which was great in a way that he did it before I even got there, because I knew coming in what I was getting into.
Oh, totally. You saved yourself a lot of time.
But it was messed up that should not be the thing. Like, you're helping the only reason that you help somebody is because they need help. Not because it's gonna,
you're giving up something. Like, help requires you to give up something.
Of course, all the time. In time, whatever, you know, so it's like, but money, that should not be the thing. It should not be like, I'm helping you. But also, then that's what I was gonna say. If you are that person that's like only like that only cares about themselves, even helping somebody actually helps you. Don't you realize? Because it still gives you even like free marketing. You know what I mean? Because even like if somebody helps you and like they just did it to, at least I'm gonna be, oh well, that person helped me and actually got me that part on this thing. So like that person is gonna get some kind of like mark. You know, oh, he's nice, she's nice. So it's like, even if you think like that, even helping somebody helps you in some
Totally.
way.
There's a Chinese proverb, you should give before you receive.
Yeah.
And so like giving and without the expectation of receiving is going to benefit you more than making it transactional.
Of course.
It's probably like doing nothing is at the bottom, no giving.
Yeah.
Then transactional giving is like, all right, at least you're trying.
Yeah.
And then the ultimate is just giving.
Just giving. Yeah. And that's to me, and that's where I feel like more people are successful in that way. You know, when you just give, you know, when you just like literally not looking for anything else and just helping somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like, I think, because again, like anything will, because it will give you that free goodwill or that good, you know, that's like a term, like a finance term that companies use, like goodwill
on the balance sheet.
On the balance sheet. So it's
Are
like,
you a finance guy?
Yeah, I major in finance.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, in finance and international business.
Hey.
So even
nice.
that, yeah. So yeah.
You have a balance sheet of all your friends, and you're just appreciating their goodwill.
Yes. Balance, yeah.
Did Latif's podcast negative 10,000?
Of course, I have everything right there, man. You know, gotta invest. Invest. No, but yeah, no, it's.
But what do you do about people who are like? We were talking about giving. People who are trying to I don't know if taking is the right word, but like Francisco, like get me in that movie you're in. Francisco, get me in the store. Yeah. Francisco, like they're wanting you to do the work for them.
Yeah, I always try to be as blunt but also nice as possible because I'm very blunt and I learned to be.
You seem very soft blunt.
But that's what I mean. I learned to be better at telling people because I grew up like with in a family, especially my grandma, where like she would you know, you got something in your shirt, like what the hell is that? What are you wearing? Like she wasn't like, she just tells you no filter. Yeah. So I grew up in that then, and sometimes early on it would get me in, especially when, you know, like in college when I was young, it would get me in trouble because I'm too blunt, and then everybody's different, you know. Everybody's
you gotta
know how to. Some people can take it, other people cannot. You gotta give it a different, you know, spin. Yeah. So when people ask me that, like, oh, how can I get to this? I just tell them. I always go to like, look, this is what I did. So I'm gonna just tell you what I did. What I did doesn't mean that's
really good advice.
That's the only way to do it, but that's just how it worked for me. Yeah. So I give them my experience and I give them what I did. And then it just depends on them what they want to do with it, you know. Like, and few people, you know, kind of like follow up. There's actually this guy. His name is Bobby, who like he's actually did a show, like a college show, like 4 years ago, and he was there. I guess he opened for me, and then you know, he told me, look, I love comedy. I want to do this, you know, all this stuff. And I remember I gave him the same, you know, the same speech.
Yeah.
But then he like follow up like months ago, and he's like, hey, I moved here to LA. I've been working with some influencers, but I also want to keep doing comedy and get better. And like, you know, and he just, so it was cool to see somebody that took the advice and he's doing it and again, I still tell him like, dude, it's great that you're doing this journey, because he's now working with influencers, and he's like, I know I have all these followers, but I still want to be good at comedy, which is great that he wants to like know that I
he's
still
not the same thing.
Yeah, and also know like I gotta get better at comedy before I do stand-up shows,
right? Because
you can have all these followers and then you do the stand-up show, you're not gonna be funny because you're not
right, and then that's it. In some
ways,
yeah.
But it's cool that somebody. So that's one example of. I told him like, look, this is my thing, and I actually got him in some shows, like some bar shows. That hey, can you put this guy up? And he went up and like. He just did 5 minutes.
Can you put this guy up? Look, he has 1 million followers. Yes. It's gonna be good for your show.
Sometimes that helps, you know. But again, that's a person or that I told him like, this is, you know, that kind of advice. But I cannot get you. Even sometimes people ask me, "Hey, can you get me in your agency?" I was like. I mean, if I was, again, let's use Brad Pitt since we have it. Yeah. Like, if I was Brad Pitt, it'd be easier for me to, like, hey.
Yeah, they'd have to do it.
They would have a little. That's literally what it said. It's like.
They have a whole division for things they have to do.
Exactly. So, like, but for me, I'm like, I'm not, like, I'm booking some small parts here. I'm doing all this stuff. But, like, if I go and tell them, like, it's just not even realistic. I think to me, like, that's the thing about this entertainment business. Be realistic. I cannot be realistic to go to somebody and be like, can you book this person? I'm like, well, you're not booking stuff. Like, what the hell? Like, what?
You have to do it yourself. I mean, it's daunting, and it's in some ways it feels like a shortcut for you to be like, hey, Francisco, get me in the agency. But you're like, that's never gonna work.
No,
I can't imagine anyone's ever done that.
It only works when it becomes, again, going back to helping somebody without getting something in return. It only works like that. When you got, let's say, like Latif, somebody asked me about, and then I just recommending you, and then you get something out of that.
Yeah,
it worked
like non-linear.
But you didn't ask me.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's just because I was like, you were in my. I always say we all have a Rolodex.
Yeah.
This business is about being in the top of the Rolodex.
Oh, this is good.
It literally is. Like, you want to be with casting directors, producers.
Top of mind.
Just want to be the person that, like, if they need, like, and let's be real, like, if they're like, oh, they need a Latino comic. Oh, Francisco. Boom.
Yeah.
And I'm in the top of the Rolodex.
Right.
Like, you get me down. I like a lot of the stuff that I get is just because of that.
Right.
It's because I'm the top or in the, in the mind of the Rolodex of the people like that. And that's what you want to be. That's literally what it is. That's why you see, especially with, then, why people get hot and they start, is because they're in the top of the Rolodex of the directors and the studios.
Yeah.
And then, and then if that person can't make it, then they go down the other thing. But you want to be in there. That's literally that's
the goal.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
And to be in the top of the, and then when you, and then, no, the goal would be to be like the Brad Pitt thing where he's not even, that's not a, he's
it's
not
beyond Rolodex.
Yeah, that's not a Rolodex.
It's like, just, can we? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's which is like,
right.
This is like, but even being that top of the Rolodex, that's where you want to be,
That's a microcosm of how I book a show. It's like, all right, these are the people top of mind who I want. And then there's a couple like, oh, do you think we could?
Of course.
Yeah.
We all do that. I mean, from doing my short that nobody, just like that, from Adam Sandler doing his movies.
Yeah.
Why does he book the same people? Because they're in the top of his
Friends,
Rolodex.
reliable.
People that know they got to work, they stuff like that.
Good hang.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's why when you go on the road, if you want to book somebody, you're going to have somebody that's like in the top of the Rolodex and also good hang, somebody that's nice, that's not going to be annoying.
Right.
That's going to do their job and it's going to be responsible.
It's a silly phrase, but knows how to act.
Oh man,
just knows how to like.
That's that I love that because I always have that in the top of my thing with anybody.
Yeah.
Just not even with the industry, but just with friends.
Yeah.
Anybody. Like, I mean, one of the, a lot of the reasons that I have my new fiancée now is like because she's a person that like knows how to act.
Right.
In any situation, like from like, the whatever into like if we're gonna visit the Queen.
Yeah.
Of England.
She knows the tea etiquette.
Yes. I don't. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't trust somebody that like, that, I don't know if like, if we're going to go meet the Queen.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm going to say it as a guy, like, where is he? It's like, oh, he's fucking stuffing himself in the appetizers thing.
Yeah.
Like he's eating all the crumpets. Like, come on. Like nobody has started to eat yet,
right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, even rolling with your friends to a gig or something. And you have someone you're like, oh, I can't bring that person around.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm worried they're going to act and reflect bad on me.
Yeah. And that sucks. You don't want to be in that Rolodex.
No, that's the other Rolodex.
That's the other Rolodex that you don't want to be because that's Rolodex.
That's the Nolodex.
Because you could be on the top of that Rolodex, which means you can still are getting work, but it's always like, but is this person going to do this? Well, we're taking the risk.
Yeah.
But because they're big enough that you still need them, but it's kind of like, are they gonna do something crazy? Well, we know, we're gonna go,
Yeah.
So you don't want to be in that because, then you miss a lot of opportunities.
Right.
Because, of course, this business is not about the most talented one. It's definitely not is. I mean, yes, talent does, if you're, but like,
it's not the only thing.
It's definitely not the only thing. You need to be able, if people like you, you're gonna get work.
Yeah, likable.
Likable, good work, and people. I mean, that's pretty much it. I think.
And some of it is just casting. It's like, are you the right person for this role? And that applies to stand-up too.
True.
Now, I think
that's true. No, that's true. It is casting, but then it becomes it's like if you come down to two people and they're like,
well, this
two
person's
of the
difficult.
same, like you know, people that we look alike or whatever.
Yeah,
like, and then if the other person just knows the other person better, they're gonna get it.
Yeah.
And it's just that's the reality of the situation because and the thing is like
one time it'll be flipped and then you'll get it.
And you can't get mad at you because and I think that's why it's good for people to also be behind the camera or produce stuff because we do the same thing.
Yeah.
I would like if I'm gonna book somebody from you or somebody I don't know, I'm gonna book you.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the reality of it because I know you, I can trust you, I know like all this stuff that we talked about.
Exactly.
And that's the thing, and the only way to me that's why it's like I'm a very sports guy, and like to me that's a big difference between sports and entertainment, which like. Sports, like you can be the realest dick ever, but if you're good, they're gonna book. They're gonna be on the team. They're gonna hire because
it's all about performance.
Because it's all about performance.
Yeah,
it's all about winning. You win.
Yeah,
that's it. With entertainment, you know, stand up that we're talking about. No, you could be the funniest, especially not now.
Yeah,
maybe back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, you're just throwing pencils at your agent, and they don't care. And
they're like, get the fuck, yeah. Because there's so many other people that are like. Go down the Rolodex and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, and it's not that it's interchangeable, but you can have your dream cast and it not work out, and you'll still have a movie.
Dude, you could get erased. You know, like what happened to Chris D'Elia.
Yeah.
In that movie, that Netflix movie.
Right.
I mean, literally like that. Like the movie still happened.
Right. So like things, and with sports, you will. Like you can't replace a Kobe.
No, look at Dennis Rodman. Have you seen that?
Oh, I love that documentary.
Dude, that's amazing.
It was like it got me on like I need to watch it again just to get to that inspired level again.
I mean, like, and now do you know they're gonna do a movie about that Rodman, that 48 hours thing, when he went to Vegas.
Oh, just that?
This guy watching the it's a writer that's been doing stuff, but like watching the documentary, he's like. I want to pitch a movie about what happened in those 40 hours when he went to Vegas and came back and then
like a documentary or a movie?
No, a movie.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, like
you cast someone to play Rodman.
Yeah,
and Carmen Electra.
Yes, but like that, like for example, I got it like that, like a Dennis Rodman, like guy who's like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, in the middle of the championship like run is like, I gotta go to. Party with strippers in Vegas and you go like all right fine. You think like this is because he's grabbing 20 rebounds a night and nobody else can do that and that moment, you know, in time. So
and you can't just swap, you can't just call somebody else. No, it's a whole thing. You gotta just trade.
So like I think with entertainment it's different, you know what I mean? It's just like they're like, okay, fine, you're fired, I'll get this other person, that's it. You know, and also so I think that's the biggest when people go like that's why I never like comedy competitions, because to me, the comedy is very subjective. It's not. Yeah. It's not who's the funniest. I don't like the feeling of it. I don't like the feel. I don't like anything about it. Yeah. Because first of all, again, comedy is subjective. It's like you could have the biggest laughs, but if the person just doesn't like your type of comedy, it's just they're not gonna like you. Right. And it's fine. It's respectable, but it's kind of like music. Like if
it's like American Idol. We got somewhere. We picked somebody, but if you rewind it, like, we got somebody.
Yeah.
There was a finalist, but like, did we get it? To call it the best? Calling it the finalist is the good way. But calling it the best is I don't know.
I know. Yeah. That's why I was like I like shows or events that give people opportunity to show the thing, but then to have a winner or to have a thing, you know, especially with stand-up. I mean, I don't know anything about music, for example, so I don't know, like, if you can actually tell somebody's a much better singer. I don't know. I don't know anything. But, like, with stand-up, I know that it has nothing to do with the laughs.
Right, or just the one audience is off.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of things where I'm like, just give an opportunity to comics to excel in their thing and then let them find their own fan base, or like let the fan find them and then, you know, build their fan base in that way. You know what I mean? Yeah,
totally. Yeah. What's one thing you've added to your life that you're like, or add and take away? What's the thing you want to add to improve your situation, and one thing you want to take away? And it can be personal, like it can be diet, it can be anything that's like helped you.
Yeah. Well, I think I mean, my thing is more like I mean, I've been doing a lot of meditation. I want to do more of that.
Oh, that's
you know,
great.
like
Yeah.
mindfulness meditation. That's the one I do right now. I want to do more of that because it's like it's about having that I think that we forget to work out our mind, and it's the same thing as working out and going to the gym.
Yeah.
When you need to, because you need to learn, especially when stuff happens and you were off mentally, you have to learn what you did wrong, and then practice it so you don't commit or remember that, oh, this is how I behave and it didn't work out. Then I'm just gonna relax on this situation. And I think to me that's what I want to keep working on. You know, I've gotten better at it, but it's still something that, you know, you can always improve.
Yeah, I think it was Seinfeld who said, like, it's like plugging in your phone battery. That's what you do when you meditate.
Yes.
It's like you're just charging yourself
No,
back
it's
up.
great. I feel like that's to me, it's like, I think I recommend meditation to anybody because it's such a thing that, it is. Because, like, for example, mindfulness is basically just being aware of what's happening. Because what happens a lot, like, we always go in little stories, is like, especially like what happened or what's going to happen. And you're never in the moment.
Yeah.
And, like, that's what you have to be. In order to have the best performance on anything, you have to be.
It's like acting. It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's like, am I really present and reacting to what's happening?
And if you're not, then you're not. And then people can see it and people can feel it because we're all energetic. So that's the thing. And we're all, so mindfulness help you, you know, the more you practice it, the more you're quickly are aware of that. Because I think that's the thing. We're always going, it's like, oh, wait, what am I? Oh, no, I'm here. You know, let me breathe.
Right.
Boom. And then you start thinking, you know, and it messes you up. It's going to mess you up. And especially when you get an audition, a big audition or stuff like that. So I think, to me, that's the stuff that I want to keep improving because I've gotten better at it, definitely, but I want to keep improving.
When you do it a lot, I find you can kind of reset yourself even when you're not meditating. You can catch yourself.
Of course.
More. Yeah.
Now I've done it a lot where I go like, okay, just breathe or like, where am I? Oh, I'm sitting down. That's it. You know, just even stuff like that.
Yeah. I feel though, I get where am I feeling a lot. Where am I? Wait, what's that?
Which is great. And also is to be aware when you're getting, for example, angry. Yeah. You know, like, I'm getting mad. I'm like, why am I getting? And then that's it. Yeah. It's why am I getting mad? It's like, because then you catch yourself. Because the worst is when you go into that, the mind takes you and then you forgot that and then you said all this or you do all this stuff. You're like, what? It
took over. You've been reactive.
Yes. Yeah. So to me, that's a thing that I definitely want to keep improving and keep getting better at. And what was the other question?
I was like, that's one thing you add. What's one thing you took away? Like, hey, I stopped drinking or I stopped. Like, I just stopped caffeine except for 1 cup in the morning. Yeah. And I feel amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
I drink a lot of coffee, man. I should do that.
I just I was like at the 4 or 5 a day. Yeah. And I was like, let me see if I can do 1. And so I do 1 and the rest is decaf. And I feel a little bit more present.
Really?
I sleep better. So far, I'm like day 7 and I feel great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I might do that too because I forget about decaf sometimes.
Yeah, so I just like having a coffee.
Flavor. Yeah, I like having the coffee. Sometimes I don't drink it just because it gives me energy. It's because I like for example, after I eat, I like that. Like that's a very European thing that I like to do. I have a little coffee.
I love an espresso after.
An espresso, stuff like that. It's just, you know, it's not for like, I'm tired.
It's like you're just changing your mood in a way. Yeah. It's like we've done with the eating part.
It's kind of like clean the palate. I'm like, okay, now I move on. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
our experience has changed now.
Yes.
It's like a digestif.
Yeah, stuff like that, like a little aperitif or whatever. So, but I might try that because I do drink a lot of coffee. But yes, it's not because I'm tired. It's because I just like it.
Yeah. And that's what I found with alcohol too. Like I don't really drink, but I can get into a habit of like, oh, I'll just kind of, I guess it's time. And I'm like, and then I was like, I don't need this. And I just stopped doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, with drinking, it's the same thing. I mean, I like also drinking because I just enjoy the drinking, but not because I'm like, I want to get drunk or anything like that. Sometimes like, you know what? Sometimes I want a glass of wine.
Yeah. I feel like wine's in a different class.
Oh, yeah?
Wine's like, wine with a good meal is not the same as like drinking.
But that's what I mean. I think people do find that. To me, that's the kind of drinking that I like to do.
Yeah.
I don't, if I want a beer, it's just because I want a beer that moment.
Even at a Chelsea game, you're not going crazy?
No, I don't. I mean, I would drink there, but I would never get drunk. I would never.
We'll see.
No, no. I just
depends who they're playing.
I don't. No, that's the thing. I mean, I don't. That's also like from my background, just growing up in Venezuela. Like alcohol is not taboo at all.
Right.
So you grew up with your family drinking. I was like the official bartender to my dad and my grandpa when they were playing dominoes, and I would make their drinks.
Little martinis.
Yeah, literally. No, I would make
dominoes.
Their scotches. Yeah, I would make.
I love dominoes.
Oh yeah, should play. It's good. Yeah. But like, so yeah, so I never. That was never. So I grew up drinking or like with that thing. So I never drink to get drunk.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not a culture of abuse.
No, and like
consumption. Like here, it's like how much can you eat? Like how much? It's about volume.
Yes, big. It's like even like when you get like, can I get a small one? You get like a huge thing. I'm like, no, small is this, just that.
Right.
But so yeah, so I think drinking has always been like a thing that I always enjoy as well. So I never. If I get drunk, it's because like when I was in Italy and I wasn't drunk, I was just a little happy. It's just. Because I'm in a wedding, for example, or I'm celebrating something, but everyday stuff is like, it's not something that I
not at your wedding, obviously.
Not at my wedding.
Fiance who's listening,
sorry,
he'll be very good, very good.
Yeah, I might drink after.
Like next week.
Yeah. But no, so just going back to the question, something that I took in. I mean, I guess it's I mean, there's. I guess just the going back to the mind stuff is just being less negative and being less and learning from the things and not kind of like for staying on them. Having that letting go.
Yeah.
Like having
that's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And I realize what works for me sometimes is like if I hear like a news that I didn't get something or whatever. Yes, that day I might be like annoyed and pissed and I'm going to do it. But then next, I just like, okay, that's it. I have my moment to be angry or to be disappointed or sad. And then I move on.
Yeah, you got to be like a duck. The water's got to go around.
I think that's the thing. And I think, so I've gotten much better at that because before I would like, and now like but I do have to give myself that time to be angry or whatever, sad, and to think all, and then, but then I analyze it and go like, okay.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, it's about learning from it, like whatever, if something didn't, because I bet it happens to you too all the time, as a stand-up, for example, like all the times we have good shows, like we don't think about it. You have a great set and you had a fun set. I mean, I don't think about it, but every time if something was off, that's the one that I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, no, why you like you? First of all, it'd be great if you've been thinking about the good stuff. Like, wow, I did this great, and this.
Or I forgot to try this one joke.
Yeah, it's like, but it's crazy. Like, you just gotta like not. We always go to the negative, and it's kind of like so every time I try to go negative, my thing has always been now to be like, again, going back to mindfulness and just having what's everything good about my life, and like, look, relax, kind of like, you're alive, you got health. You live in a house, just even the main things that people go like that 90% of the people in the world don't have, like, and then to me, that's always a good way to like, kind of like, okay, yeah, but like, because that's human nature. Human nature is that we're always looking at the stuff that we don't have.
Yeah.
That's
wanting the next thing.
Wanting
or more.
Not enjoying. And to me, that's the true thing is trying to enjoy where you are at any moment with the good, bad, the good things. So it's art.
It's a little bit of our society. You're growing or you're dying. You're expanding or contracting. So
especially with social media, because now like
your followers going up or down,
or also like you're gonna get something and then you see it everywhere.
Yeah,
and you're and it's kind of like put in your face. You're like, oh my god, this is hilarious. It's kind of like it's going like. You didn't get it. It's like the bully in high school going like,
here it is. All the names except yours.
Yeah. And you keep popping up everywhere and you're like, oh.
Yeah. Well, speaking of names, tell us where to find you, your socials, all the fun stuff.
Right now, I guess Instagram is Instagram and TikTok at F Ramos Comedy, and then Twitter at Francisco Ramos. And then, yes, there's that.
I'll try and put it right in your hand.
Yeah, just do that. And then and my website is franciscoeramos.com. It has the E because if you do Francisco Ramos, then it's like
The soccer guy?
no, that's Sergio. But like no, if you do Francisco Ramos, actually an architecture guy in Spain.
Okay. Well, I'm sure he's great too.
Yeah,
and follow him. This is great. It went by super fast.
I know, it was pretty fast.
Yeah,
I was
so
like,
we'll love to do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again.
We'll see you soon.
Awesome, man.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.